Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve ashabi ecmain. Rabbi şahli sadri ve yessirli emri ve ahlul ukdeten min lisani yefkahu kavli ve ufavvidu emri ilallah. İnnallaha basirun bil ibad. So, before you guys came, we was just discussing about the thinking deeply, like thinking and living life with the consciousness, because what we see is not sometimes reality. Everything is just relative, everything is just relative. Why I'm saying that like this? For example, you see a table right now, but this table 1000 years ago it was a soil. You call the soil table right now, but it's changing. Everything is changing. So when you think deeply, you step back, like you look out of the time and you understand the reality through your deep thinking, which is called tafakkur in Islam. Tafakkur, reflection. So if we think that we, for example, when we eat food, if we just think what we see, what we gonna say, because I ate this food and I felt full, right? So, but if you think deeply, who provide this food and who make your body amazingly matching with whatever food supply that you have, the tongue, the taste buds that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, and the digestive system that you have amazingly designed, because we eat a lot of microbes, we eat a lot of bacteria in the food. What's gonna happen to them? We have strong immune system that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in us that protect us from all kind of bacteria. Even the virus that you see in China, the coronavirus. So even that, like that virus that we cannot fight, we cannot fight. Our body can fight it. That's why they try to make vaccinations. Vaccination is not treatment. Vaccinations, you kill a virus, or you give a living virus, or you give a weak virus. Our body have an amazing protective system. Produce antibodies against the virus, and we got protected. So how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala combine all the reasons for us to be exist and to feel full when we eat the food. But if you just look at that moment, it looks delicious, it's like amazing food and everything, but you don't feel the gratitude. But when you think deeply, you feel more gratitude. You feel alhamdulillah, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me an amazing body to digest that food, and to get my every single cell will get that protein, that ATP, or that minerals that requires every single cell. Think about that. You eat a food, and your every single cell gets something from that food. Like who's doing this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So how we understand this? Through deep thinking. So reflections is vital step, becoming an aware of what's going on around us. What did I say? Sorry.
What's going around us?
What makes aware what's going around us? What makes aware? What?
Sorry.
Reflection. The tafakkur. Reflections is a vital step in becoming aware of what's going on around us. Drawing conclusion from it. It is a golden key to open the doors of existence. If we don't think deeply, we will not question why we exist, where we are coming from, where we're gonna go. Our mind produced so many questions. If you remember the time when I was in high school, I got so much depressed because I couldn't answer those questions, and my mind always making so many questions. Why I exist, and why like the universe is like amazing, like like so big. I can't understand the infinity and everything. So everything come together, then I feel so much depressed because I couldn't find many answers. So my mind urged me to learn more about the existence. So we need to use our mind and think deeply so that we can understand the message in the Quran, because all the answer we're gonna find is in the Islam and in the Quran. Even Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says they reflect on the creation of the heavens and the earth. The people who believe, they reflect on the creation of the heaven and the earth. That presents book of the universe. All the universe you can consider as a book, and every single word of this book contains thousands of libraries. I'm not talking one book, libraries. Because if you analyze one single cell, you will find so many knowledge, right? So like you can never learn enough. Like I understood cell completely. No, there is like you can write thousands of books about just one single cell that you can't see, so small, or just atom, like, or how to pronounce, I don't know. Atom. So like it sounds like Adam, Prophet Adam.
Atom. You can say the T one.
Atom.
Atom. Yeah.
Atom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Atom. True.
Atom.
Okay. So you have like you came to States how long time ago? 3 years ago. Okay. So whatever. Okay, we gonna say something. Atom or Adam, whatever. So if you just study atom, or if you just bring together all the books written about atom, you can fill 10 or 20 libraries, but you cannot finish. Like it contains that amount of knowledge, and it contains such a power. It is most powerful bomb, atom bomb, right? Subhanallah, it's like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put so much power in a single atom. How do you explain this?
Science. Nothing.
Science tells you what it is. Like science tells you, how much power it contains, but it doesn't tell you that who made this atom. They don't have an answer. They have an explanation of the life. Like they have an explanation of the Darwinism. How life come to the existence, but they can never explain what life is. Life. They try to hide the Allah's name, like the hide. Who gives life and who takes the life, because life make a cell or make a human body livable, like sustainable, because through the life everything just all work together. But what is the source of energy? The science never explain what life is. They just tell like some of the reasoning. They found the gene, they found the proteins, they found the mitochondria, all those things in the cell. Through the scientific experience, they know what is the relationship between them, but they don't give an answer for you. What's life is. So through the reflections, we understand those all meaning. Through reflections, we see that the apple we eat, it is such an amazing taste and color, everything, but it was a soil, just 1 year ago, and it's gonna become dirt. Where is this light? Like where is this colorful, tasteful, the amazing things coming from? It's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But by reasoning is you're gonna see the soil. But if you see the big picture, where do all these beauty come from, is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And amazingly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenges us if we come all together, whole humanity, we will never able to make a single fly. Single
Yeah.
fly. He tells in the Quran, subhanallah, we will never able to make a single fly. And what we see by the advancement of science and technology, or production of the or processed food, never achieve a level of natural food. Like nature, like we advance, we study, we like do everything, and we make a like a trash food, like junk food. We made McDonald's, we made all the
Wendy's.
jeeps, all the cokes, all the harmful things. Whatever the God made in the nature is so much beneficial. Think about a banana or vegetables. They are all like anti-cancerogen, antioxidant. Or we create so many different cameras, like so high megapixel, so, but it can never reach an eye.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was just showing them a video. We have all different kind of instrument that we make, and one person came make a beatbox. He makes all different instrument together.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like how human body is complex, like how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this. So through thinking, we will understand this. We will understand how how great Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how miserable, how small we are. Through thinking, we will understand. Look at the atom, like it's circling, the universe also circling, and how vast the universe is. So those are all through reflection. That's how much important. Through reflections, we will feel gratitude, and we will worship willingly. Like we want to worship like naturally. Love, yeah. We will love. We will also be, feel how small, how insignificant we are. If you compare the universe, just by the natural human body, but we have also soul that connects us with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So reflections, they reflect on the creations on the heavens and the earth, presents the book of the universe with its way of the creation, the peculiarities of its letter and the word. Every single things in the universe, there is contains so much knowledge, so much wisdom, so much power. The harmony of the coherence of its sentences. So the word contains thousands of books. As I told you, just look at the atom. It contains thousands of books. And the sentences of this universal book, it's so much harmony and coherence. Right? So there's an atom, but there is other atom. They work together to make things more better, to make harmony, to coherence. That's why we have chemical table, right? All different atoms.
Şimdi o atom bombasıyla normal o atom bombasıyla şu en küçük yani cisimlerin en küçük yapı taşını atom diyoruz ya. O
Evet.
ikisi aynı şeyler.
Yes,
It's made by
but
atoms.
just they just divide the atom and it's become atom. So
And you just
yes,
increase the amount of atoms that you split.
yes,
Increases the power of the atom.
exactly. So and the harmony and the coherence of its sentences, and its firmness as the whole, universe as a whole. That's why we know the ecosystem. Everything is tied together. Is something wrong, everything will gonna collapse. That's why we are going towards the end day, because we are making so much problems in the universe. The climate change we make, the nature cannot compensate the harm that we make the nature. There is always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is his the way of creation. So we have the body, we have the immune system, we have all different organs and system, and there are a lot of compensatory system what is compensatory system? For example, when you have low blood pressure, your body compensate this problem with some with pumping, with protecting, say how to say, protecting water, like with less urinating, try to protect your body. Kidney has the compensation system, the liver has the compensation system, and the or vascular system has the compensation system. As the same whole universe has the compensation system, the nature, the world, and the but the problems that we make, this disease we make in this universe, in this world right now, is so severe. The world cannot compensate these problems. We throw the trash, we like all kind of problems. So due to this, the greatness of representative of the humanity, the foremost in the reflection and all other virtues, upon him be peace and blessings, it's the state. So our Prophet ﷺ state that no act of worship as it is meritorious as reflection. The tafakkur is so much important. Our Prophet ﷺ says there is no other deed is better than reflections. So he says, so reflects on the God. He says no act of worship as the meritorious as reflection. So reflect on the God's bounties and the works of His power, and do not try to reflect on His essence. So we can think about the universe, we can think about His names and attributes, how beautiful He is, how generous He is. He gives everything to us, but we can never think His essence, because we can't understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's essence, because we are created and our mind is limited. Allah is limitless. So He's everywhere. So He's out of this, He's the creator. So He's totally different from creations. Whatever you think comes to your mind about God, Allah is not resemble to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we can think about His bounties, His names, His creation, because we can understand the creation, because we are the creation as well, right? But we can never understand the creator itself, the essence. So the reflections, since everything in the heavens and the earth are the property and kingdom of the God, studying every incident, item, and quality also means studying how exalted the creators deals with existence. So the reflections, okay, philosophers also does reflections, guys. So what is our difference or reflections and their reflections? They also come together and think, talk. Our reflections is based on the firm belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the creator of the whole universe. Because all reflections can lead us. We can, for example, through logics, through thinking, we can understand there is a creator. Because we see, as a human being, how smart we are. We made so many progress, but we can never reach our nature. We can never reach, you can eat as many chocolate as you can, but it can never be better than a natural fruits. It tastes like good, but it will cause you so many harm. So we can understand there will be some creator who creates nature, but we can never understand the creator is Allah. Is the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, without Islam and without the message of our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So our thinking is different, because we start our thinking by believing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the creator of the universe, and He has two books. One, the universal book, and the one Quran. It's same book. What you see in the Quran, you can find in the universe. What you see in the whole universe, you can find in the Quran. The more you understand this, you will see the same thing again and again. For example, I am like seeing something in the when I was in hospital or when I was in walking in the bus or whatever. I am thinking something, like I am seeing something in the like a daily life, and I am saying, Subhanallah, it is in the Quran. It's like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning it in the Quran. Because everything we see, the problems that we see, we can find solution in the Quran. Or something we see in the universe, we can find in the Quran. Something we find in the Quran, we can find in the universe.
You're saying Quran is Lord of the book.
Of course, the book of the Creator. This is the speech of the Creator.
He's telling us what this world is, like everything.
Everything, yeah, everything. And this is his words. You know, this is not our Prophet ﷺ words. This is the Creator's words. But there are different opinions in terms of how his words is. But what we understand is because he is also best teacher, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he speak to us, he speak in our language, you know, in Arabic. So we, as a one human language, so that we can understand. You know.
A good example, like couple of years ago, scientists discovered that outer layer of the ants are glass,
Yes.
small part
Yes.
of glasses, and it is actually mentioned in the Quran, which is written like more than 1,000.
Yeah,
15,
1400 years ago.
Yeah, and they recently discovered about that,
Yeah.
scientists.
So there are a lot of discoveries that we can make through using Quran, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned a lot of scientific miracles, from the description of the embryo to the to the fingerprint. But we just recently know about fingerprint. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, we will resurrect you through your fingerprint. Everybody is different. Subhanallah. So there is nothing wrong with studying science. You study science, but you find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You study Quran, you find Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know, this is the understanding that we have. Ameen. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Al-Fatiha.